get going.
Yeah, Commissioner.
Okay, we have one amendment to the agenda, and that's a signature on Department of Environmental Quality letter.
Mr. Chair, make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So, first item on our agenda is
No board of ambulance today?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Commissioners' report and invoices. So, okay, you and Sherry both were over there, so you had per diem down. And that covered the conference, or?
I'm not sure. I'll have to look at it.
The per diems were for the ATI and the
Right,
assessors conference.
but there would have been.
But no,
I'll
but
have to look at the.
Sherry, I think had, was it just for Anita?
Just Anita this time, Sherry's was
Sherry
last
had already
week.
turned hers in.
And I didn't know, because you wasn't at that conference. That's all I'm
Did you stay in
saying.
Boise on Wednesday, or did you come home?
On Wednesday, we came home. We were home last night.
Okay, so we'll just void reissue that check. So,
So I didn't know what it was.
yeah, and if Sherry's already gotten her check, she just needs to reimburse
Right.
whenever you came home for. So, what time did you guys come home? Wednesday morning, or?
We came home last night because we were in Boise all day.
Oh,
So-
so that
so
was.
that's-
We just weren't at the conference.
Okay.
We were listening to it.
So if their premium
Okay,
won't change.
no problem, no problem. Like I said,
That's gonna, yeah.
when I'm going through this and I see that what it was for,
Yeah.
and I didn't see it at that conference, that's all I'm saying.
Right.
Okay, and then you went out to the Norton retirement. They had some heaters out there. What were the heaters?
It was in the conference room, so I don't recall seeing any heaters.
Hang on, let me look at the commission report, see what you're looking at.
And this is
Where it was?
on page 13 at the bottom. And the reason I bring it up is we bought some heaters that we had out in front of the assessor's office.
Oh, that's right.
And I don't know where they're at. So when I read this,
I don't know why that says party and heaters, the 420, the bottom stuff, I think it was, so if you see that, it says A. Lewis reimbursed Norton retirement party and then / heaters, so I think the heaters are something else,
okay,
but that would be.
I don't
line
have a
4.
slash.
Well, we don't put slashes in them anymore, so
Okay.
the space, that's what the space means.
Okay,
But I think the items that are coded out of the 420, the 1588 and the 9539, that must be what those are for, but I can run down and grab that.
no, and I'm not questioning I'm just saying, what did we do with our heaters?
Oh,
You know,
made you think of something else. I don't know.
it just triggered another
Yeah.
thought in
Yeah,
my
honestly, I
mind.
don't know where those are
When
I
at.
bet Jeff knows where they are.
So that's what, so I just triggered my mind, and I'll go further with it.
We had talked to Daniel about doing an inventory list for like tools and things. Should probably throw those heaters on them and then get a basic location for those.
Yeah.
Bet
So
they-
that-
And
I
make
bet
sure,
they're over
everybody-
here behind elections.
make sure everybody knows
That
they're
little room.
available.
Might be in the
They
sound
might
port
be.
or in that storage
Yeah.
room,
Yeah.
one of the two.
And then Jamie had $90 for her per diem, and everybody else had 76 on the fare.
She probably paid for, let me find hers again. Let me find out why. Usually it'll say like parking,
And that's what
But-
I was wondering why, that's usually not on per diem though, is it?
hey
Parking?
Caitlin, it's Christy.
No.
Would you
It should-
jump over to the invoices and look up Jamie Pearson and see why her per diem was $90 versus everyone else's was,
76.
yeah, everybody else's was 76. and then would you give me a call back? Thank you. Bye. Okay, she's gonna go grab that link.
Okay. And then the other one that I Great Western Engineering, cell liner construction, top of page 17. Are we done with that? Did that
No,
get
it's
completed?
not done. It won't be done till spring at this point in time, unless there's a big enough break in the weather that they can get all the snow off the hill.
Okay.
So that's just for work
And-
on 10-1 through 11-12.
And this was just another one that just triggered my thoughts, is did that get done?
No, they're about,
Because we have the,
I want to say they're about 100 yards short of the end of
that's
it.
what I thought we were for.
Yeah.
We did complete the roof at the museum.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I don't get updates like that.
And it was
so-
in here too, so that's why,
Okay. Oh,
just asking questions on,
you're right. Shanda called me and asked me where to code it, so I kind of did get an update.
so.
It just didn't register that it was done.
All right, that's,
Hey. Yes. Did you see why she wasn't on the phone? Hi. Yeah. So why was it again?
let's go into conference.
Thanks.
Good.
She's gonna bring that one up. You're gonna wanna look at it. I'm gonna wanna look at it.
Okay.
Are you gonna wanna pass it to me?
Possibly.
If you can just keep that one, maybe.
Actually, I can call her if it's.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Usually I just get those ones from you.
Do you want to hold off approving those
Yeah.
until, should we see that?
Yeah, we'll wait just a minute. So
Okay.
then we have alcohol license. Alcohol license for Family Dollar. That just doesn't make sense to me.
They're small shots.
And then we're talking about invoices. Let's talk about the one you brought up. And
Okay, so that is our annual reconciliation for the ambulance district. Normally, we have to pay money because we don't make them the 12th payment for the year. This year, because of all the deployment revenues and the retirement severance monies, we actually have a credit. So we will hold on to our 12th payment and it'll roll into reserves. And then we will process that credit this year, but I'll accrue it back to FY22. So I just need your signature on the credit.
Since that's an ambulance thing, do we need to go in the ambulance district for that? Or is that just part of the?
yeah, let's go into ambulance for a minute. Let me just, so it's on under the record of the Board of Ambulance.
Do you agree with that or not, Jason?
I don't think it matters for that one. See what Christie thinks.
Sorry,
Does
what?
this need to be in the Board of Ambulance or is this okay?
It's just with
Regular?
No, it's just a regular
regular
invoice.
invoices.
Okay.
Just like your others, you'll approve it on the commission report next week.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the credit from the city of Pocatello for the ambulance as presented.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Will you put a line through Jamie's per diem? I don't believe she is due that lunch. She claims it's because she picked up the van at 11 a.m. and then went and picked everybody else up. Well, okay, wait. She picked up the van here and then drove and picked everybody else up in Downey and along the way. So she left at 11 and picked everyone else up at 1, but she would have also picked up other individuals in town at that same time.
I'm not buying that one.
So maybe just line through that one and let's get some clarification and we'll reprocess it next week. That work?
That'll work.
Because she picked up Steve Hadley here and his wife. Which we've gotten one of the 3 reimbursements.
Well, that's going to be a whole different discussion, and there may be a new board.
Yeah, so I'll work on this.
Mr. Chair, make a motion that we approve the invoices and credit applications as presented. Oh, and the alcohol license as presented.
We have a motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We have a card users agreement too.
Mr. Chair, make a motion that we approve the cardholder user authorization as presented.
We have a motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
No mileage for anybody or anything then?
I didn't see anything.
All right. Anita, like you're the first one up. And you'll get used to me asking questions.
Yeah, and hopefully I have answers.
It's nothing personal, I just, when I go through it, if I have questions, I bring them up.
Okay. So I'm over here today to ask for a printer. Well, it's actually for our plat room to print the big plats and stuff. We have not had one for over a year and we need one really bad. For some reason, it didn't get in the budget. It just didn't get in the budget. Let's put it
There was
that
a
way.
misunderstanding that we
Yeah.
would use reserves, and it was misunderstood that we needed to budget the use of reserves.
Thank you. That was very well put, because I wanted to say that, but yeah, you did well. So I have talked to Christy. We visited about it. I'm actually was trying to wait till January, but Valley Office Systems told me they're going to up the price on it 15% after January. So if I can get permission now to at least order it, they'll lock in the price for me. And I think, do you have the information on it? Yeah, and it's a Canon, just like what, I think your office has one just like it. And I've talked to Jeremy, and that's the one he kind of picked out too. There was an HP, but it was a lot more expensive.
We're going to try to absorb this within their budget because they had monies roll over last year and didn't need to use their full budget. So we're going to attempt to use current budget dollars. We'll just need to reallocate it. And then we'll just monitor the budget. We think it will be okay.
So then theoretically, down the road, if we have to, then we do the reserves for this amount?
No, you can't open the budget for reserves. What we would end up doing is asking for help with monies, or if there's maybe some leftover A budget, we could roll that down to B to cover it. We'll just work
Watch it.
through the process if it comes down to it. But the only other option Commissioner Moser won't like, and that would be to possibly use either PILT monies that we know we are not going to need because the roof came in less than we thought it was going to. That would be the only other option.
Well,
Commissioner Huff doesn't like that one either.
We usually like departments to try to stay within their budget, and that's why we brought this as the best option forward.
and I appreciate it. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're going, I'm trying to find the monies and stuff. But we're just 2 months into the budget, and you're the 16th person that has come to us asking for more monies that we don't have budgeted. And I'm not cussing you, but it's one of them deals that I don't know in this last year's budget why we missed so much.
This one was strictly, the other person involved in the department's budget had a misunderstanding of how the process worked. So that's why it was not requested. So
And that's why I have
No,
a
no.
kind heart to look at doing this.
Yes.
Otherwise, it'd be a straight out no. You've gone a year without it? That would be my answer, straightforward. But because of circumstances, if we identify some funds within your budget right now,
Yeah.
and then if we come back later in the year, I'm not gonna start spending PILT money or ARPA money and stuff at this point in the budget. is the way I feel.
And this budget should honestly be able to cover it unless per diems get out of control because of the new rates that we're paying versus what we used to pay. Boise is a lot higher than what we anticipated when we set the budget, and that's one thing that the department does do is they go to the winter school and the
Right.
summer school, so that could potentially impact their budget. But they might be absolutely fine. And again, we may have some A budget that we can roll down. We may also have the abilities to open the budget for excess sales tax because that traditionally has come in higher. Sales tax revenue is down a little bit, but we are conservative in what we budget for. So we've got a handful of options if we run into issues later on.
And that's what I would rather do is let's take it out of the budget right now where you can identify that we have some funds.
And we are, and as far as per diems are concerned, we are looking at a lot more regional classes so that we don't have to do that as much.
I'm not even gonna go there. Okay.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion to approve the request for the plotter purchase as presented with the funds as identified.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye. Thanks.
Okay,
Number 2.
we also asked if we could dispose of something. Is that,
Yep.
we good with that?
Dispose of,
They have a shelf and a printer. Did you talk to Adam about the printer?
We did, and he said it wasn't even worth even, and we had Steve look at it too, and it's just not worth anything. And it's just taking up space in our break room, because it's
Okay.
quite big. And it's been sitting there for probably
a
anywhere
year when it broke down.
from 4 to, it's not the one that broke down, no. But this one's been sitting there for like 6 years.
Okay.
So we just need to get rid of it.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the disposal of the property as listed.
A motion, all in favor say aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you. Well, Wes,
Good morning. Wes Jones, Emergency Management. What you've got in front of you is the professional services contract for Southeast Idaho Council of Government for grant writing support and assistance. Funding for that comes from the 2022 State Homeland Security Grant Program.
this is same as the ones we've done in the past.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions?
My question is, we have our own grant team, why do this instead of using our own grant team?
Your grant team is more geared towards the focus of the county efforts, whereas what we're doing with Southeast Idaho Council of Governments reaching out to provide support and assistance to public safety departments as well as the smaller municipalities. A good example would be the emergency rendezvous facility that they're putting in Downey through a community development block grant. The work that's going on with McCammon for the water activities and the stormwater. And the thing is that it's a rollover process because they interface with them on a regular basis, whereas our grant team doesn't do that.
We're more Bannock County grants,
Okay.
and this is more assisting our
The whole-
smaller municipalities
the whole
within Bannock
county.
County to get
Okay.
grant opportunities.
All right, that makes sense then. So, Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the request as presented.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Easy now. Hey, good seeing you.
Hey, thanks. Appreciate it.
Emma.
Good morning. Emma Iannacone, Public Information Officer. I'm here to talk about photographs for elected officials and employees of Bannock County. This past year, I've made an effort to try to collect consistent headshots across the board with our photographer that we hired. And while she was, I was really pleased with the work that she did for the 4th of July. I think that, photographers have their strengths, and I think that the headshots were not one of her strengths. So I would like to bring in Stewart's Media to take some new headshots for those who are interested. I put out a survey earlier in the month to people who have already gotten their pictures taken, and I had at least 18 people who expressed interest in getting an updated headshot, and we'll also have Commissioner Crowder joining us in January, who will need one as well. So with that in mind, I got the pricing information from Stewart's Media Group, and they are significantly more expensive than the photographer we used previously. They charge $600 for the first hour to bring their mobile trailer here, and then an additional $85 for every hour after that. The other option would be to send people individually to Stewart's Media, and that would cost $75 each. So we would have at least 6 more. So the cost difference would be 12 people to send them to Stewart's would equal the cost to bring the trailer here, if that makes sense. Did I explain that correctly? So with having more than 12 people, it would be prudent to me, in my mind, to bring the trailer here and offer that. I asked how many people that they can fit in, and they said that they've done 1,300 Little League photos in 4 to 5 hours, so we can definitely fit in the amount of people that we have in a short amount of time. And I was going to suggest that we bring them in early January. That way it's past, the vacation period for the holidays, and also we'll have our new elected officials joining us by then. And yeah, I was thinking 1 or 2 hours depending on interest, and if the commission is interested, we could open this up to all county employees as a professional development opportunity. If that's something that you're interested in. Otherwise, we can keep it to elected officials and department heads as we have in the past.
Okay, the $75 an hour and the $600, does that include the picture, or would we purchase
Yes.
the pictures afterwards?
I believe so. And I can double check on that, but
Okay.
I believe so. And I also asked if we wanted to do a makeup day or have it done in 2 days, depending on people's availability. It would cost $600 both times that we would bring the trailer. So in that case, I would suggest that we just send the stragglers to the office.
Yeah.
Funds would come out of my photography budget that we budgeted $5,000 for. This would be well under the $5,000, but I still wanted to bring it to you before I made any decisions.
I did have a conversation with her earlier about not liking elected officials. What do you, as a military man, what does that mean to you?
One shot, one kill. That's what it means.
She assured me that it's photography.
It's photography. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I did overlook that.
I don't have a problem with it. I would just say do it one time and get him here. And if you're a straggler, too bad. Just,
Yeah.
we're gonna be far enough out in advance that people can make it.
Yeah.
Unless they already have a trip planned, like a conference or something.
Well,
Just
and then
something
it's
to think about,
$75 to send them there.
Yeah,
Right.
because Jason's got 2 conferences already in January.
The elections conference is in January. So I'll get with you on those dates.
Please do. Yeah. That'd be great.
Julie will be gone.
1st of February may be the date,
Right.
Kind of correspond a little
After
bit with.
midwinter.
Right after midwinter would probably be good.
Yeah, something like that.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll let you know. I think I have the busiest January.
Okay.
I've
But
got
then-
an IEC calendar that shows when all the conferences are.
Okay.
I could give you that too.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I'd appreciate
That'd be good to
guidance
see.
in scheduling.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right. I thought thought Scott was gonna come here to represent.
Yeah, that's what Shannon did, communicated to me. I'll give him a call, see if he's down here.
Otherwise, we have the letter
For Hal Jensen.
for Hal Jensen. Just requires a signature.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the authorization for Hal Jensen as requested and authorize chairman's signature.
A motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Are you coming to present fireworks? Well, we're doing it right now.
What time do you plan on being here?
Uh-huh. Oh.
We'll
Okay.
go to vacation right away.
That's at 11. That's a
Oh,
public
right,
hearing.
That's right.
Is Shanda coming up?
She's not here
Or is
today.
this on there?
Well,
actually
maybe
got
we
a
can just do it
text
over
last night.
the telephone here.
Okay.
One
On the
second.
fireworks?
No, on the,
Oh, okay.
All right.
He didn't have it on his calendar, but he's ready to talk about it if you want to do it over the phone.
All right, welcome, Scott.
Scott, are you there?
I am, yeah.
You hear any?
I could.
Here, we'll
Are you
pass
there?
that down to him.
We're passing you down the line, Scott.
Okay, sorry about that, Jeff.
It's
All right, you're on the record.
Okay, great, thank you.
Why don't you state your name?
My name is Scott Crowther. I'm the events director, business manager for the event center.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
On this fireworks proposal, was there any concerns?
No, the only thing we want to do is we just want to get ahead of the curveball this year, and get this out kind of in January, the January timeframe. Just because last year we were I think we were a little bit late in getting it out. So the only thing of note between this RFP and last RFP is we increased the cost of the RFP for the fireworks by $10,000. So instead of $90,000, we're going to do $100,000 for the fireworks, and we're just trying to get it out earlier.
Have you had any preliminary discussions with any sponsors by chance?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
And so we've got a good majority of that covered. Roughly the same amount we pulled last year.
Okay.
So we'll still have a little bit that we have to go out and get from other sponsors, but we've got 70% of that covered.
Fantastic. Okay.
So, and then on the rating scale, on the evaluation scale, we did include something for people that have done past shows for us, because we have had people that have done stuff in the past for us that have done a good job, and we just want to make sure we're able to evaluate that and grade that as well.
Okay. All
Works
right.
for me.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the RFP submission.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, thanks, Scott.
All right, thanks, you guys.
Do we need to go into executive or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we go into executive session under Idaho Code 74-2061C to acquire interest in real property.